The Nazi euthanasia program, which officially commenced in September of 1939, was the byproduct of extreme indoctrination of Nazi propaganda stemming from racial and pseudoscientific ideas that had gained considerable attention during the period. Works such as The Destruction of Life Devoid of Value, written by Alfred Hoche and Karl Binding in 1920 and read by young Hitler, was misinterpreted to form ideas of racial hygiene and eugenics and proposed extermination of the mentally and physically impaired as a justifiable cause for the purpose of economic efficiency, genetic desirability, or mercy killing. However, it is two entirely different things to be agreeing of such indoctrined ideologies and to practically and systematically implementing it. Hence, the Nazi euthanasia program marked not only the first leap to organized and state sanctioned murder based on pseudoscientific theories, but also a moral bankruptcy of medical institutions, which later paved way to far more gruesome and larger organized killings by the perpetrators in the final solution in Operation Reinhard. This ideological justification, conceived by medical institutions for the mass murder of impaired, was extended in the final solution to other groups of supposedly biological inferiors, especially to Jews. So, how and why did the euthanasia program become such an important precursor to the final solution? Experimentation and gassing. After the German invasion of USSR under Operation Barbarossa in 1941, Hitler's plan to mass murdering Soviet Jews proved extremely difficult due to experienced inefficiency of mass murders through the primitive method of shootings. Hence, gassing was again placed into consideration due to its observed and proven effectiveness in case of Action T4. The first experiments of gassing through carbon monoxide in Brandenburg test killing conducted by Victor Brack and Albert Whitman in 1939 as part of the euthanasia program was again adopted and experimented by Nebe and Whitman to develop a specialized vehicle with an embedded gassing system that would pass into the cabin where the victims would be trapped. By the end of the 1941, these gas vans were supplied to the Chelmno death camp, the first of the 6 major concentration camps operating under the final solution. However, this was later switched back to gas chambers similar to the initially operated Action T4 death camps for Operation Reinhard due to its realized efficiency. The doctors were also advantaged with familiarity of the operation and process in the final solution because of the experiences they attained from the Action T4. The killing technique developed in Action T4 contributed significantly towards the final solution, from tactful deception, gas chambers, organized assembly lines, crematoria, to extracting bridge work and teeth comprising gold. This technique systematically incorporated everything and still managed to be a very basic and easily adaptable model for the multiple concentration camps to function on. Mather states the fact that 1942 turned out to be the most deadly year in Jewish history resulted to a significant extent from the utilization of Action T4 staff for Action Reinhard. The T4 unit did not dissolve after Action T4 and was reassigned to supervise all the killing centers in the East as part of the final solution, with Odilo Globoknik assigned as a military superior in Lublin under Heinrich Himmler. 99 of the 100 T4 staff were reassigned in the final solution in 1942 and transferred to Lublin in the general government, of which 90 of them were assigned to the 3 concentration camps under Operation Reinhard. T4 staff's most important contribution was their experience with the killing process and knowledge of the cremation and gassing technology. While the functioning of camps in Lublin shared major similarities with the ones in Breach, the scale and number of victims were far more exceeding in Sobibor, Treblinka, and Belzec, leading to an unbelievably high magnitude of corruption, sadism, and torture. The slip-ups detected in the previous exterminations were also corrected in the final solution for better efficiency. For example, while Operation Reinhard adopted a very similar procedure of deception, deportation, and extermination as Action T4, the location of the extermination camps was shifted to general government after assessing from the situation in Brandenburg in what resulted to be an open secret. As the SS personnel were unable to cover their tracks despite several measures, it had caused a widespread awareness of the euthanasia program, which led to several complications and pressures by the relatives of the victims and judicial authorities. Hence, the shift to the east deemed necessary. Additionally, Hitler attributed the fairly successful operation of uh, radical exclusion in Action T4 to the timing of its commencement, which was the beginning of the war. Hence, his decision to commence the final solution during the period of Soviet occupation and simultaneous to the ongoing war, was influenced by this belief.